Algebra Nation Workbook, page 65. Problem number 3, the number of NBA titles the Heat will not win in a row after they get knocked out of the playoffs this year.
Playing a round of golf, and he has to walk from hole 8 to hole 9. To get there, he must travel along the path defined by the equation 5x plus 4y equals 20. What is the slope of the path? It's the same thing as saying, if I have y equals mx plus b, what is m? M is our slope. That's what we want to find. So we're starting off with this equation, 5x plus 4y equals 20. Do we care that TJ is playing golf? Do we care that he's walking from hole 8 to hole 9? No. All we care is about looking at this equation, getting it in y equals mx plus b form, giving our slope, finding m. So we have 5x plus 4y equals 20. I want to only have my y on the left side of my equation. Well, what's keeping my y term from being by itself? This 5x. Is this a positive 5x or a negative 5x? Is 5x being added to 4y, or is 5x being subtracted from 4y? 5x is being added. This is a positive. So what do we need to do? We're going to subtract. The opposite of 5x being added is 5x being subtracted. So we're going to subtract 5x. Let's see what we get. 5x minus 5x, that cancels out. We get 4y equals 20 minus 5x. Is that 15x? No. Remember, you cannot combine terms that are not alike. You can only combine like terms. 20 is a number. Negative 5x has a variable attached to it. Can those be combined? No, they can't. So you've got to write them separately. This is 20 minus 5x. Now, you could also write this half. You could also write it as 4y equals negative 5x plus 20. You can switch the order that these are in. Either way is fine. You're going to end up with the same value for your slope. All right, so let's take a look at this one. We still need to get y by itself, so what do we need to do? We're going to divide. We're going to divide. Whatever we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So we're going to divide by 4. Now, 4 over 4 is y, so we get y equals 20 minus 5x all divided by 4. What is that really saying? Well, we're taking our first term, 20 divided by 4, minus our second term, 5x divided by 4. Each piece needs to be divided by 5. So let's see what that gives us. Y equals, what's 20 divided by 4? 20 divided by 4 is 5. All right, we have a negative 5x over 4. So a negative over a positive, we're going to get a negative. Can we reduce 5 over 4? Nope. We have negative 5, 4. X. Now, what is our slope? Remember, we want our line to be in y equals mx plus b form. Is it okay that we have 5 minus 5 over 4x? Yeah, it's the same thing as writing y equals negative 5 over 4 times x plus 5. These two equations are representing the same exact line. You're just writing your terms in a different order. Well, if a line is y equals mx plus b, what is the number? What is the value of m in front of our x? Negative 5 over 4. Remember, you've got to include the sign. We get negative 5 over 4. Your slope, your m, is negative 5 over 4. Is it negative 5 over 4x? No. Your slope is just m, the number that's in front of your x. It doesn't include x, just the number in front of it. All right, we've got our slope for our first one. Let's look at our second question. Jamie is in a ice skating competition, which is really fun. One of the moves she has to do requires that she skates across the rink and she follows a path. That path is this line right here. 9x minus 3y equals 17. What is the slope of that line? Do we care that she's ice skating? Not at all. Do we care that her name is Jamie? Not at all. All we care about is looking at this line, getting in y equals mx plus b form, and grabbing that slope, grabbing that m. Remember, we want it in y equals mx plus b form. Let's write our line. We have 9x minus 3y equals 17. What do we want to do? We want to get the term of y to be the only term on the left side. We have 9x. Is 9x being added or subtracted from negative 3y? It's being added to negative 3y, right? This is a positive. How do you get rid of a 9x being added? We're going to subtract. We're going to subtract 9x from each side. Okay, well, 9x minus 9x cancels out, so we end up with negative 3y equals. Can 17 and negative 9x be combined? No, they're not like terms. Just like we saw in part A, you can't combine them unless they're like terms. So we need to write them separately. We have 17 minus 9x. Are we done? No, we still need to divide. We need to get rid of that negative 3. So we're going to divide by negative 3. So each term gets divided by negative 3. Negative 3 over negative 3 cancels out. We get y. 17 over negative 3, positive over negative. Take a positive divided by negative, what do we get? A negative. Can we reduce 17 over 3? Is there any number that goes into both of those? No. So we have negative 17 over 3. Now we have a negative 9x divided by negative 3. Negative divided by negative is a positive. You got it. Positive. 9 divided by 3? 3. So we get negative 17 over 3 plus 3x. Is this okay? Is it okay that we have her in this order? Yeah, we can rewrite it. We could rewrite it so that our x term comes first. We could rewrite it as y equals 3x minus 17 over 3, and that's just fine. It means exactly the same thing. Now, we're not done yet. We want to look for m. Remember, we're trying to get our slope. We're trying to get our value of m. So what is the number that comes before the x? 3. Our slope is m equals 3. We wanted to write it as a fraction.